So we are diving into growth and engagement tonight, and I believe this is one that most people are very excited for because everyone's like, I want to grow, I want more people, I want more engagement, and everyone's like asking in the group all these questions. So like, don't you worry, we're going to cover it tonight. So I'm excited to dive in. Michelle says, feeling amazing, celebrating the fact that my cat used the new amazing. We've got all these amazing celebrations. I feel you with the darkness. It's getting dark fast. Good old winter, right? So how are you caught up? Where are you at? And it's okay if you're not completely caught up, because after today's training, you have some days to really catch up. Even if you've watched everything and we're live so far for the welcome and the content one, I say go back and rewatch them. Go back and rewatch them. Use this time to, retake notes, watch them again. You know what I mean? So go back, because we're going to have some days until the next training and space for you to do that. You have 15 minutes left of the last training. I took so many notes. That's so good, Kara. So let me know if you're caught up, how you're feeling with everything, what the vibe is. Again, I'm so beyond impressed with your post in the group of really self-awareness of like, what can I do better? What can be better? Like, that is next level. And I love that because you're all independent women. You're all leaders. You're all coaches, or not coaches, but in some sense, right? Building something. That self-awareness is so good as I take you guys through this. So who's excited to learn and to dive into growth and engagement, because they go hand in hand? I'm so pumped. Okay. So let me bring up our good old training here. So growing on social media is really engagement and growth. It goes kind of hand in hand, and we're going to get into that tonight. So to grow your social media means we need to nurture our current followers. What do I mean by this? Is we all are like, oh, we want more people. We want more followers, want more people, want more people. But we have to nurture what we already have. It's kind of like money. If we don't love the money we already have, we're not going to get more money. Anyone do mindset training around money, right? So if we're not nurturing the people that are already following us, we are not going to get new followers. And this just applies in so many ways. It's a mindset thing of like, let's appreciate what we already have, but also it's a strategy thing where the people that are already following want to engage. So let's get them engaging, because what happens is, and I believe it's the next slide, when we nurture, we create opportunities for engagement. When we get engagement, our posts get pushed up on the feed in the algorithm, and then new people see your content, and that equals growth. So it all starts with nurturing what we already have, right? Does this make sense? So giving people what they want, and also giving people opportunities to engage, and we'll get into that. So it all starts with nurturing who we already have, getting comments, getting interaction that's going to push it up, and that's going to create engagement and new people seeing your content, which creates growth. Okay, so there's different types of engagement. One, we need to remember that this is happening more than ever. People are watching and they're not engaging. People are watching, they're not liking, they're not commenting, they're not doing anything. It's like the people that are there, but we don't know are there. And we need to remember this so much, because I see so many people say like, no one's watching my lives, no one's following my things, no one's liking my things, no one's answering my polls, blah, blah, blah. There are people there, they're just not engaging. Those people still might be the first person to pop in if you sell something and they're ready to buy from you. Like even though they're not engaging, they might be the people that are first there. Someone's not muted. Can everyone make sure you muted yourself? And I can't see everything right now. I don't know. I'll double check that you're muted. Oh, here, I think there we go. I got it. We're good. So remember that there are people there. We might not know that they're there, but there are people there, right? Engagement. So these are people that are following us. people that are liking our stuff, they're commenting, right? Sharing and saving videos or posts, right? Responding to your polls and questions, DMing you. There's all different types and what I call levels of engagement. So one, like 0 level is we don't know they're there, but they're there. And we have to remember they're definitely there. Then we have people that are just kind of like liking and just like, okay, yeah, I like that. Then people who are commenting on our stuff, like taking it next level, saying, I love this, this is me, I'm resonating with this, they're answering your questions. People who are sharing your content, this is huge. When someone shares your post, that exposes your post to a whole new world of people. So sharing is amazing. Saving, when people save your stuff, like a lot of you guys are saying people are saving my workout videos, people are saving certain types of content. Take note of that, because that shows that people like this piece of content so much that they're saving it. And what does saving mean? It means that they're going to come back to it later and look at it again. This is like high value for people, okay? Responding to polls and questions. Right now, I don't see it a lot anymore on mine, but there are bots going around on Instagram where it's fake engagement in your stories. This was happening with stickers. I was like, oh my God, 3 million people responded to my sticker. And then I go look, I'm like, oh, they're all fake accounts, because this is what was happening, right? I believe Instagram has been weaning those out, because I don't see it as much anymore. Some people, they might still be seeing it. So there is fake engagement happening on stories right now. People DMing you is engagement. So this is something that you guys might not know. If I am in a DM conversation with someone on Instagram, their posts are showing up more on my feed, because Instagram is seeing, even though we're talking behind the scenes, they're seeing that we're interacting. So if you're having conversations maybe with someone, whoever, on Instagram, you might be all of a sudden noticing, oh, I'm seeing their posts more often. It's because you're showing Instagram that you guys are interacting, and their posts and your posts are showing up on each other's feeds more often. So the goal is to set up all types of engagement by your followers for your post to be pushed up on the algorithm. So more comments, more shares, more likes, more saves, all these things. The goal is for more interaction to happen, so it gets pushed up on the feed, then more people see it, and then eventually, like I talked about, new people see it, and that exposes growth, okay? So how to, and I don't even know what this is, build and engage following. Okay, so using all the different types of content that we talked about in the last module, so the connecting content, the value content, the shareable content, all that, those different types of content, being real, authentic, and genuine, right? There's a difference between looking at other people's feeds and what other people's posts and copying, and a difference of looking at it for ideas and market research and saying, what are really good accounts doing, and how can I take what they're doing but make it my own, right? Ask for engagement. So ask for people to comment back. Ask for people's opinions. When we tell story and open up conversation and talk like ourselves, we're literally just humans talking to humans, and people are going to respond. Making sure our calls to action are very clear. So, and I tell people who are having trouble getting engagement, ask simple questions. Simple questions. So don't ask people, what is your life goal? What is your dream and your mission? What is your desire in life? People are going to be like, I don't have time for that. Ask people like yes or no questions, like very straight up questions, and eventually you can ask more elaborate questions and they'll answer. But usually it's like are you, team black or white, yes or no, up or down, what are you about? Very easy for them to answer. And then also remember, you need to be an engaged social media follower as well. We can't just post and walk away and expect everyone to come to me and engage with my stuff. We've got to be an engaged social media consumer as well, because we've got to practice what we preach and also show the platforms that we don't just put stuff out there, we also engage, and that's important. That's going to help with our growth. And then we do have to respond back to questions, comments, and DMs. Every comment, and I mean that in terms of you're not going to respond to that creepy man who commented on your post because he doesn't matter, but you're going to respond to people who are genuinely commenting on your posts, respond back to questions in your DMs, check your DMs, like respond to DMs, be in your DMs, right? I guarantee like every person in here who's a client beyond scale, we created a relationship through the DMs. I'm like looking at all the people on here live right now, and we definitely have. So DMs are get people to your DMs, okay? So what is growth content? So this is content that goes quote unquote viral, as in it's say your average is say like 100 likes, just an example. Growth content is a piece of content you put out there and it all of a sudden got like 200 likes when your normal is like 100. So that's a piece of content that like, whoa, that did real well, that it got exposed to more people and more people like it, right? Content that is easily shared. So stuff like, what would I share on my feed? Quotes. That I'm like, this is so good, I want to share it. Whereas some people maybe in fitness would be like, oh, this is such a good video, I'm going to share it on my feed, I'm going to share it with my friend, right? Where there's a story and it's very impactful, like, oh my God, I want to share this, right? Stuff that gets people in the feels, that's value for people as well. Content that gets a lot of saves. Again, this is quotes, infographics, this is videos, if you like videos and if people want to go back to it, right? So looking at your own content and seeing what gets shared a lot, what gets a lot of saves. Content that people forward to their friends or tag people in, right? And asking people to do this. If you do a live stream, you could say, hey, if you guys love this, share this, please. You know someone who would love this, tag them if you know they would love this video. So like I said, quotes, videos, informative content, funny, polarizing content, before and afters tend to get a lot of traction. Okay, before we get into insights on Instagram, I'm going to come into the comments. Okay, Michelle says, people saved my About Me post yesterday. It was awesome because it was one of the first saves that wasn't a workout video. So that's showing that people might have saved that because what you posted in there, they want to read again. Maybe they didn't get to read the whole caption, so they want to go back to it later. Like that's taking, I think, the value post, and now you're creating deeper connection with people, which is cool because they're saving stuff that's just about you, and that's really, really cool. The bots were driving me nuts. I see it all the time. When you say get people in the DMs, what do you mean? Asking a question and having them message you? So DMs for me usually come from Instagram story. So DMs come from Instagram story, and for me, DMs usually come from, this is Instagram or Facebook is the place they know to contact me. So it's no more about like email me. Like if someone emails me, for example, someone emailed me yesterday, I went and found them on Instagram and I DM'd them. Because I'm like, I don't got time for EMs or for emails. I want to DM you. And so now we're talking in the DMs. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's just how I communicate. So people, if you notice on IG story, on each story at the bottom, you can message the person. So when a story captivates someone, they might write a response and it goes to your DMs, okay? If people answer the question I put in my story, should I reply to them in the DMs? It depends, because questions are usually, like the stickers on stories are more about engagement, to be honest. People might be like, oh, she DM'd me in like a cold message kind of way if you respond to people through the polls. So that's kind of like, that's really up to you. And it depends on what the question is. Depends on what the question is. Okay, yeah, I say that. EMs, yeah. The EMs. That's my new, I'm going to make a new platform, the EMs, right? Okay. More people jumped on. Hello to everyone who is on right now. Okay. So what I have next is examples coming up of what to look for in the insights on Instagram. And this is from a business account because I have the analytics that show up. So if you have a business account, you'll be able to see this. And I'm pulling this up not from specific posts, but from when you actually go into insights on your Instagram. So insights on Instagram, first of all, what do each of them really mean? And these actually change a lot. Instagram changes what they actually mean over time. So we don't need to get too caught up in what each of them mean, but I'm going to clarify it all. So impressions is how many people interacted, and that means likes, saves, forwards, comments, shares, all different types of interaction. Profile visits, this means these people found your post and then they went and looked at your profile. So from that one piece of content, they went and clicked on your profile and now are looking at your entire profile. So that's kind of interesting to know. Reach is how many people your post was exposed to. So when you see reach, it's like this was exposed to like all these types of people. But what's more important is impressions and engagement, because those people took the time to really interact with your post. And then we already went over saved, shares, and likes. So you can save content, you can share it to your story, you can share it with a friend, forward it to a friend, and then obviously likes are likes. So this is like, whoa, right now at everybody, what I have for you guys. So I took my insights for the last 3 months, and right now what you see is engagement, impressions, and profile visits. So engagement, well, on the first 3, 2 out of the 3 are my wedding photos. 1 is a quote. Then there's another quote. Then there's me. This was a workout video. And then this was Halloween. This was very polarizing. I was talking about anxiety. Oh, look, another wedding photo. And then like a fun quote. And then this was me behind the scenes at a photo shoot. A very polarizing caption of me here in the black. Before and after always get good. You compare this with impressions, like literally the top row is the same, engagement and impressions. And those things are very similar anyways, in what they mean. So what's happening here? And then profile visits, look, a wedding photo, me at Halloween, which again was over here, which again was in these ones. So you're gonna find across the board in your analytics and your insights, a lot of the highest reach stuff is the same everywhere because it just caught people's attention. Profile visits, some of these are a little bit different. This was like before eating a whole container of ice cream versus not, you know, stuff like that that's just like funny but stands out to people. So it's very, very interesting. And I find this very interesting because the stuff that grows my account is not necessarily the stuff like in terms of posts, and this may be the same for you, this may be different. The stuff that grows my account has more to do with my personal brand than it does with selling anything. I'm gonna say this again. The stuff that grows my account and gets the most engagement is more about who I am and less about what I sell. Growth content is not the same as I'm selling something content. And that just is because, and again, this can be a limiting belief, but it's not necessarily, it's just true, that most people don't like to be sold to. Most people like connection. Most people like, oh my God, there's her and her husband. This is so beautiful. I love this. Most people love quotes and stuff that they're sharing, right? Shareable content. And that is proof in my statistics in this one. I took it even further and I went to follows and saved on this one. So follows, most people were following before and after, polarizing, a look, me and Eric. Some of these are the similar, but some of these are different. Again, what's really standing out is saves. A lot of these are new. This is like a new thing I'm doing in my Instagram is these like, 3 things to let go of. And it looks like this. A lot of people are saving these quotes. These are fitness videos, right? So saving is huge because Instagram says like, what are people saving? And that's showing more people are spending time on that content and going back. So it's just really interesting to see. In terms of follows, even to come back here, like looking at these ones, like this one of me on the bed, like people followed me because of who I am. None of these are I was selling. But then again, I don't sell on my feed, really. But these are my feeds. So it's just very interesting if you have a business account to look at your analytics and see like, oh, like what's similar, what style of content is consistent throughout time that people love, and keep doing that. Keep doing that because that's going to grow. Okay. I'm going to keep going through, and then I'll get to what's popping up in the comments. So this is IG story. So IG story gives a few different insights to look at. In my opinion, the most important is the back taps, and some of you might have heard me talk about this before. So you can show what people are stopping on your story and saying, oh wait, what is that? I need to go back and like actually pay attention. So what I have noticed, and you can only go back as far as 14 days with your stories, this is very, very interesting. Compared to my feed, on my Instagram stories, most people are back tapping when I'm selling. Now, again, this is true for me. What's true for everyone in this program may be different, and this is why your own analyzing of your content is important. So here, this was Victoria, I posted a testimonial. People back tapped on that. I said Black Friday is ending in 7 days. People like, oh wait, what's ending? Oh my God, what did I miss? Go back. When I was sharing over here the details of my fitness program, all these people were like, oh my God, like I need to go back and look at this. What is she sharing? Do I need this? And this has been consistent. When I did an IG masterclass back in, I think it was May or June, this was the same thing. People were back tapping the most on me selling on IG story. So it shows that people are looking at my story interested to buy. And then over here, again, because just of the context, within 14 days, I had Black Friday stuff, fitness bundle, at home guide, like, oh, what is this, right? And then this was a post that I shared, and it was like Eric's business advice from Eric. Anytime I add in Eric and wedding stuff, people love it. And then people like to answer my polls, and the type of polls I ask are, am I naughty or nice? Is Eric naughty or nice? And people like that, right? And that's kind of like who I am type of vibe, right? Okay, let me stop share and see what's coming up. Hi, Ellie. Ellie is here. What's the difference between business and a creator account? Honestly, not much. If I were you, I would create a business account compared to a creator account. I don't think that a creator account shows the same analytics that a business account shows, but the difference isn't much. In my opinion, I would either have a personal account or a business account. I love your wedding photos. How do you make your quote pics so cute? I use WordSwag or Canva. Now this is something that I want to say. I share my content. You guys see my content. Do not copy my content. And I'm not just saying that, like, don't copy my content. Like, everyone has such similar styles of content, but make it your own. Make it your own. I make my own quotes. I don't take someone else's and use someone else's quote. I might use the same quote that I saw, but I make it my own. I make it my own pink color. I add the @exogingy or add, courageously confident. Brand it yourself. Brand it yourself. Okay? But I use WordSwag or Canva. I didn't even know you could change I didn't even know you could change to view different things on here. Well, like, what do you mean, like the analytics? Okay, yeah. This is fascinating. Yes, totally understandable. So you can I did this through like the actual analytics. You can go through on each post, and you guys know what I mean? Like, you can go through each post and look at the analytics of, like, today's post, and say it says view insights on the post. You guys know what I mean? At the bottom of the post, that's a business account thing. And then you can swipe it up, and then it shows you more analytics, and that's for each specific post. But what I suggest, and I'll get into this, is going through the insights maybe like once every 3 or 4 months to keep up with the trends and see, like, what are people still liking, and then seeing what's popular. How do you get there? Ellie, do you mean what was I sharing on the insight? So if you have a business account, if you go onto your Instagram, the top right of your profile has 3 lines, and then it has a bunch of options come up, and it's insights. And then insights show, it's hard for me to show the screen, but I can screen share it into the group. And then you go to see all, and then you can change the option. You can change, oh no, I meant the individual posts. Okay, individual posts, so you click on a post, right under the post says view insights, and then you swipe up to see all of them. Whoops. You swipe up to see all of them. So individual post, view insights, and then insights show there. You are so welcome, okay? All right, we are doing good. So this is in alignment with what I just showed you in terms of my insights, but you're gonna take this and apply it to your insights. So my insights show that wedding photos, quotes, infographics, now that I'm putting them in there, do pretty well. Now, normally I post pictures of just me. However, I make it a strategy, I make it a thing to post a different style of content at least 2 or 3 times a month in order just to grow. So my before and after pictures, like you've seen them a million times, but I'll put them in there once or twice a month because I know people still love the story and I know it creates growth. Pictures of my wedding. You know, even though it might not be a caption about my wedding, I put it in there and relate it to my business because I know the photo is going to stand out and it's going to grow. You know, or making funny memes saying, you know, this versus this. It boosts the algorithm, it creates growth. So I would suggest posting different content than what's very normal for you right now as a strategy to just grow, okay? When you do that, you're gonna get more people in your following, and those people will watch your everyday posts, okay? So I created this for you guys, and I'm going to share it in the group later on, and you don't have to use it. And again, it's just a tool. So what I created is this spreadsheet that is going to basically, and then I don't want you to spend so much time analyzing everything, but it's a spreadsheet where you can go in and say, this post, this was what the caption was, this was the first line, these are the hashtags I used, and you can record each number of the insights right here. And then so what you can do is literally look on a spreadsheet and say, okay, what was I writing? Because the insights don't necessarily show the caption. What was the first line? Did that captivate people? And what hashtags did I use? And how did it affect all of the insights? Now, you don't have to do this every day. You could do it like once a month and pick certain posts and just do a comparison and see what really stood out. It's basically another way of just looking at the insights, okay? So I'll share it with you guys as a way for you guys to use it and maybe just, you know, learn some things. And then if I scroll over, I have the same for story. So story insights are back taps, follows, shares, and replies. And my most important ones, I would say, are back taps. Actually, all of them are really, really important. I think back taps just show you what stops people to go back. Follows are amazing. Shares are amazing. And if people reply to your story, they're in your DMs. And that's very, very, very amazing. Will you or have you talk about how to get into Be the Explorer? I just saw that someone, I just saw that someone saw my post from Explore. How did that happen? So that happened because of the algorithm. That could have happened because of hashtags. That, yeah, the algorithm and hashtags. So how do you get into the Explore? And so this is what the algorithm is. And so this is a post in the group as well, but I'll explain it here. So what happens when you make a post on Instagram is it gets exposed to a small amount of people who already follow you. Within a short amount of time, those people decide to like it on it and to comment on it and to engage with it. If Instagram sees that people are engaging fast, it's going to push your post to more people, and then more people are going to comment and post on it, and then it gets exposed to the home feed, to the Explore page. So it all comes down to engagement from your current followers. That's why at the beginning, I know, Elliot, I don't think you popped on right at the beginning, but when we want to create growth, it all comes down to nurturing your audience that you already have, okay? I did this spreadsheet for my audit with all my posts for the month of November. Well, a spreadsheet that looks just like it. That's amazing. The spreadsheet is fire. So that's super cool. Yes, that's really cool that it was on the Explore page. That really, really is. That's a good thing. Miss the first 10 minutes. Yeah, no worries. So when your post gets exploded, this is how I talk, exploded to the Explore page. Literally, you should have a dance party, because you're like, all the new people saw it, more people saw it, you know, it's showing up to hundreds, thousands, whatever, more people. Like that's good. That's really, really good. Because right now with the algorithm, you know, it's really hit and miss sometimes if the post gets generated just to your following or to more people. So yes, dance party if it gets exposed to the Explore page. So I'm gonna share the spreadsheet with you guys in the group for sure. And you can copy and paste it and then record it if you want to. Just use it as another resource. Okay. So many things. So market research. Marketing in general on social media and putting out content when we want to grow and give to people that want something from us, we need to do some type of market research. So using that spreadsheet, looking at your analytics is a way to do it, but really just noticing what gets a lot of engagement, not having to write down numbers, is giving back what the people want. So when you see that people are saving and liking and commenting on a certain style of content, then it's like, do more of that. So looking at what posts get the most engagement, what are people responding to and why? So if someone is really loving a certain type of post, don't just say, okay, cool, I'll do more of that, but really think of why. Did I give value in that post so that person really likes it? Are they responding to it because it was a story and someone really related to it? Was it a video, a workout video, and someone is saving it and they're going to go back later, right? So not just know that people responded to it, I'll give more, but understanding why, so you can understand your ideal follower a little bit more, and it just helps you create content. So what's currently relevant? So looking at other platforms, other people in your industry that are maybe a couple, steps ahead of you. What are they doing? What kind of content are they creating? And seeing how can I create something similar in my own way, in my own brand, knowing that it's relevant, okay? What's working for other people and how you can create a similar version for yourself. So just be curious. Go on social media and be curious of like, what's working for people? What's popular? Do I align with this? And do I want to make something similar? So this is where I kind of bring in the psychology a little bit with social media. And when we ask for feedback and market research, there's two types. It's external, what are people telling us? And then it's internal. So with external, I'm thinking of insights, literally seeing what people want and what people want more of, looking into what people are saying. So what are people saying in the comments? If someone says, I'm struggling with this, okay, like using that language, speaking to where people are at. Represent their voice so they feel heard. Give them an opportunity to feel heard, and you're solving a problem for them. Creating more of what people are sharing and commenting on, and paying attention to why people are engaging. So literally responding to external things. But then what's important to look at is internally, so yourself. So what do you want to create? What do you feel inspired to share, right? Asking yourself, what do you feel lit up and excited to post about and share about? Connecting to your own personal mission, your own authenticity, story, energy, passion, right? Because if we're only doing stuff for external, it's never going to feel fulfilling, right? And it should feel really good for us. speaking your voice, allowing yourself to shine, confidence, balancing creating more of what other people want, but also with what you really want to share. Finding that balance for yourself is really important. And then consider that engagement details are based on things you may not necessarily want to create more of. Like, what if someone gave, or you saw in your analytics that everyone loves something, but you hated posting it? Like, that's not going to feel good for you, right? So don't just base everything on numbers. Notice how you feel about what you're putting out there. It should feel really good for you. In my opinion, that's really important. And over time, that's really what matters, okay? So when we're doing this market research, really take different things into consideration. Another way to grow is collaboration. And I don't know why I sang that, right? But collaboration. When we collaborate with other people, we're opening ourselves up to new audiences. So it's important to collaborate with like-minded people. When I say collaboration, I want to collaborate with someone that I'm going to benefit from, but they're also going to benefit from, right? So if I have someone on my podcast, it's like you win, I win. It's like win-win, right? So make sure it feels good for both of you. You know, it's good to collaborate with people with similar audience sizes. You can collaborate with someone who's also the same, coach as you and in the same industry, but also collaborate with people in brand new industries, because who knows, their audiences might love what you're doing. Share your clients, when you're tagged in posts, share it, feature your clients, feature testimonials, these types of things that they want to reshare. Collaboration on other platforms, right? I just did a podcast 15 minutes before we started this, and they're like, what's your Instagram? What's your community? Then their whole audience is going to come onto my Instagram, come to my community, right? So share your Instagram on other platforms. Collaboration in other ways, right? You could be a guest coach or speaker in a program, in a community, on a free page, right? And add value to their audience so they want to come over to your page. And again, this goes further, affiliate partnerships. If you want to do a giveaway, that creates a lot of buzz. All right, let's see what's popping up right here. Under impression for the insights on one post, it lists from home, from hashtags, from explore and other. What is from home? Just the home feed? Yes, from home feed. Yeah. Yes, I refuse to post a video of a workout I'm doing because I don't believe that will benefit my ideal client. I find other ways to make it work. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, I'm working on collaborating more. One of the biggest things, and I get you guys to do this. Well, I did this in Confidence to Cash, and we're going to do it tonight, is you're all right now going to take a picture, post it, tag as many people on your Instagram story. We're all going to share it. So grab your camera, take a picture. I'm going to do it. I don't know if I know everyone's. We're all going to tag each other. Don't do it now. Do it when it's over. Everyone's like, I'm going to come on. Let me just do my hair, right? So I'm just going to take a picture. That's mine. You can do it. You can take a boomerang. You can do whatever you want to do. You post it on your story, tag as many people and whatever, don't make it hard. Whoever gets tagged is going to be like, so-and-so put you in your story, and then you reshare it. That is really, really big on Instagram right now. Because Instagram is going to be like, oh my God, she's collaborating with all these people, and then they share it, and then it becomes this buzz, and then resharing the share. It just creates a fun kind of thing, and it works in terms of strategy. In my opinion, it's kind of fun to do. Like when I see that someone's shouting me out on Instagram, I'm going to reshare it and be like, this is so fun. This is so cool. So it's just something that you could think of. How can you create this in your own Instagram, whatever. Maybe it's in your program saying, everyone take a picture today. We do it in my mastermind. Let's get on. The last one, we're all doing yeah, go us. And it was just fun, right? So think of how you can create this in your business, in your platform, right? I love how this is all like a logic puzzle. This excites me. Yay, Ellie, I'm so excited. What's the etiquette for when someone shouts you out, then you shout them out then they shout you out again? Where does the train stop? It stops when you're like, okay, we've had enough. We've had enough. You know what I mean? So if I post it and then you reshare it, I might reshare it and then that's when it ends. We don't need to carry this on for 3 days straight. You know what I'm saying? So I think like it's just like 1 or 2 times and then it's like we get it, right? People are gonna get bored. We've seen the same thing like 75 times, right? But I think like add a little flavor to it, you know? So if you guys post this later and I get tagged in it, with each tag, I might post a different caption and put a new little sticker on it, you know, and be like, oh my God, you know, and say something different in each one. Make it your own. That's my advice. So it's not just always resharing, but make it your own in some kind of way. Put a caption on it, say what you want to say to make it have your own flavor. Okay. So I think we're getting into the one that everyone's like, hashtags, 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 hashtags. So what are hashtags? They are not the determining factor for your Instagram success, but they are required because if you're not using hashtags, you're losing reach on brand new groups of people. So hashtags basically just put your posts into categories. That's essentially what they do. So the purpose of hashtags is literally to categorize your posts into relevant categories. People are actually not likely to search hashtags to find accounts, but people do follow certain hashtags to consume a specific type of content. So I follow certain hashtags. I think I follow ones like, I don't know, BizBabe quotes or something like that, right? Because I want to see that come up in my feed and it's something I like to consume. So think about what your ideal client might be following. They might be following at-home workouts or biz tips or, you know, stuff like that. And those are the hashtags that you might want to be using. Obviously, keep your hashtags relevant to the post. We're going to get into this much, much deeper, just so you wait. Using a range of large, medium, and small hashtags. This is the best way for your post to reach more people, okay? I'm going to get into the hashtag database that I'm going to share with you guys. You can use up to 30 hashtags. It does not matter if it's in the caption or the first comment. A lot of people ask that. It does not matter. There's no research that shows that one is better than the other. So again, this is just like a quote. What hashtags are. It's the best way to view. The best way is to view hashtags like keywords. The same words you would rank on Google, for example. Those are the industry terms you want to rank high on social media. So producing a list of 20 to 30 keywords and then start searching the hashtags based on an audience, blah, blah, blah. So it's really just keywords. It's like searching things like you would search on Google, but instead it's on Instagram. Okay, the ladder technique with hashtags. So this is a theory that by having a set 30 hashtags ranging from easy to difficult to rank for, you can start to hit popular results for the easy ones, gain some engagement, rank for the more difficult ones, grab more engagement, and so on. And don't worry, I'm going to make sense of all of this. By structuring your hashtags this way, you can have posts get like so much more engagement. And this won't happen all the time, but it's going to set you up for spikes in your engagement. So I have started to use this in my Instagram, and I have noticed a huge increase. And just like that slide just said, not all the time, but in different posts, and it's growing my ideal following. Okay, so hashtag database. I'm gonna get into what I am doing now and explain what I did before with this in terms of what I'm doing now. So I'm just gonna come into the comments again. Will you at some point show us an example of how you do all the fun things on your story, like stickers, etc.? So I'll do that probably in a screenshot of what it looks like on the app, or a pre-recorded video is probably easiest. I can do that for you, okay? So I used to, when it comes to hashtags, I was like going in all the hashtags, and I was going in all the big hashtags and all the medium hashtags and all the small hashtags, and I'm like, what's popular now? Like I was doing this, like I was in there doing the dirty work. Like some of you are like, that is not where I want to spend my time. But I was doing it and I learned a lot. And then I was like, okay, I understand it now. I understand how it works. I understand the ladder technique. I understand that hashtags are not the make or break for everything, but I'm going to get into that. But then I discovered an incredible database, not necessarily a database, it's a platform, it's a resource that I'm going to share with you guys that I personally use, and it does this itself, and I use it every single day. I am not saying you have to do this, but I'm suggesting it, and I'm going to share it with you guys. So I have found what is called, I want to get out of this. I have found what is called Hashtastic. Now, this is a database. This is something that I think I pay $9.99 for. It is not a bot system. It's not fake engagement. This is how you create the ladder technique, and it blows my mind, and this is what has really helped me take my content and my following to the next level. So literally I'm on it right now, and this is what I do, and I do it every day, and I have time for it. So say these are the ones that come up for me. So I'm going to use the first three. So you can put in hashtags that you want to use. Over here, I have clicked off the total ladder posts. So it's going to split the posts into small, medium, and large. And it does this. This database does this. This database literally goes through Instagram constantly and evaluates the hashtags. So, you know, I don't have to go in every day and evaluate for hours myself. This beautiful database does it for me. So these are relevant to me. You're going to have your own relevant hashtags. Then I click off and I use the ladder technique and I say submit. And this just might take a second because it's extra slow with Zoom. Then it's setting, see it has three sets, 10K to 100, 100 to 50K, 50K to a million. I come down here and it literally gives me all of the hashtags for the hashtag method. So from 11 to 41K, from 47 to 952K, from 11 to 866. It literally gives me all the highest, most relevant, most popular today in this moment while I'm posting, and you can hear the excitement in my voice. This fires me up. It's telling me what is popular. These you can literally copy and paste them to a clipboard in this database, or I just put them in automatically. You can do what you want. And then you come down here and then it takes it a step further. So for hashtag girl boss, it shows all these ones and then it analyzes them in whole different ways. Okay, so I see a lot of comments are coming up right now. So I'm gonna come and read what is going on in the comments scene. Okay. This is blowing my mind. I've spent so much time researching hashtags, and this is the thing that does it like a snap. Oh my God, whoa, holy dynamite. This is so cool. Sign me up. This is amazing. Everyone's freaking out. That's what I thought. So this blows my mind as well, because it is freaking, it's not a bot system. It's not fake engagement. It's literally a database that is going through Instagram consistently and saying what is relevant right now. It understands the ladder technique, and it is taking what your niche is, taking your relevant hashtags and saying, this is how I would present them today and based on what's popular. And this has been a game changer for me. So, and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to share this with all the people because all of you are freaking out right now. So there is, I believe it's something like $9.99 a month or something. And I'm going to share with you guys in the group, there's a referral link. So I'm not affiliated with it, but as soon as you sign up, you get a referral link. And all it does is top up the length of the time you have in the membership. So if you want to use it, you don't have to, but if you would love to, I'm going to share my referral link with you guys, and then you can have your own referral links as soon as you make it a thing, and you can share it with people, and it's so fun. But I really, if you feel like yes to this, totally use it, because you can, I haven't done it yet, but you can copy and paste, certain categories of the hashtags and you can put them on a clipboard into that system, and you can keep yourself logged in. So what I do, and a lot of people have this question, is like, when is the best time to post? And I had this conversation with, is Stacy on here? Stacy was on here. Stacy's on here today. Stacy's a one-on-one client, and we were talking about how Stacy's Facebook or not Facebook, why did I say that? Her Instagram analytics, the time was telling her to post at nighttime, but yet her best engagement is in the morning. And I said, F-U-C-K to those insights, you know what's right. So when it comes to when to post, it is when you have time to be on the platform. So don't just post and run away. My advice is, my thing is I post at 9 o'clock every morning for the most part, because this is what I do at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm on my phone. My laptop is right here. My coffee is over here. And I'm there for like the next hour, eating my breakfast, drinking my coffee, being on my phone and posting. Because I know that the most valuable time on Instagram is right after you post, being an active user on Instagram and replying to those posts. So the best time to post is when you can be on the platform. And so what I do prepping up to my post is I'm on Hashtastic, that database that I'm going to share with you guys, collecting all my relevant hashtags for that post, putting them in there, posting, hanging out on social media, and it's bang, 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 super fun. Yes, yes, yes. Would you say activity after a post is more valuable than before a post? Yes. Yes. I think a mix of both in some capacity, but I think right after. So you make a post and then you're active and you're commenting. I think going into the hashtags you use, I think that's very beneficial. I used to post in the morning. However, it started taking time away from my family. So just before my kids come home or from school or evening is when I post, I get so much engagement during that time too, right? So it doesn't have to be at a certain time. It's the time that feels best for you. And again, no one wants to make a post and like it feel forced and rushed and then run away, right? You want to have that time to consume and be on and be social and like be about the post and make the post a thing. This is brilliant. I hope the designers of this are making big bucks. They most definitely are, right? Not forced or rushed. By going into hashtags you use. Do you mean that you go search on those hashtags and interact with other posts with that hashtag? Yes. So on the post that I make that day, I will click on the hashtags I use and I'll go into most recent when you search a hashtag and go and genuinely interact on the post that I feel like I would interact with. Okay. I'm such a beginner. No, these are good. These are such good questions. These are such good questions. So the hashtags that I use, I'll click on them and they bring me to all of the posts that have that hashtag. I'll go into the most recent posts and genuinely comment on ones that I feel called to. And I truly only do that if I have time, because this is time consuming. I've been doing engagement before and after posts and it's got me a lot of new followers. Yeah. It's because it's showing Instagram, well, one, that you're an active user, but also you're actually engaging, right? And those people are like, oh, who is Michelle? Like, and then they click over here and then they like your stuff, and that's huge, right? So definitely be an active user, right? So let me just double check. Yeah, so that was all that I had on the PowerPoint for growth and engagement, because the two biggest pieces are looking at your insights, and everyone's insights is going to be different. Your Instagram story insights, your post insights are going to look very different than mine, right? And that's obvious because your content is different than mine. Your audience is different than mine. So the homework is to really like look into whether you have a business account or not. Just look at your best performing posts and understand why, and then do more of that, right? And create more of that. And also with the balance of doing what feels really good and fun for you to post. Like everything I post feels really fun for me to post, right? It should never feel forced. So looking at your insights, exploring them, exploring why certain things do really well. Maybe you've been doing something for like a year now and you think you have to keep doing it, but people don't even care about it anymore. And you're like, oh, thank God, I don't have to do that anymore, right? So get creative and have fun. Let yourself play. This is all blowing my mind, things I didn't even know to look at. I love how the insights, how your posts have that most engagement. This is so cool. Yeah. And so you're really going to get to a point where your Instagram and your social media is more about growth. And then that obviously is going to sell, whatever sell means to you, so much easier because you've just created a beautiful personal brand. And branding is what we're going to talk about next week, right? Yeah, I totally knew what you meant, Kara, for sure. And so like we go through different phases of like growth, but I believe it's always growing because growth doesn't mean numbers. Growth means alignment with yourself. Growth means ideal followers and clients. Growth means you expressing how you really want to express. Growth means so many different things. So yes, it is the analytics and really understanding it, but it's also like a personal growth, a personal journey. What do I want to share? Will we talk more about how to create a powerful profile during branding conversation? Yes, 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 yes. So our branding conversation is going to be all about how to stand out and how to create a profile that people are like, I want to be on her profile. I want to follow her. Even though a million people do something similar, I want her. That's what the branding conversation is going to be about. But yeah, so for growing is the insights and really like understanding the market research and what does well and what people really love. And then also growth has a lot to do with hashtags. It's not make or break it, but we can't just go in and be like, fitness, gym, hashtag gym motivation, hashtag Gymshark, hashtag selfie of the day. Like that doesn't work anymore. Right? What works is actually knowing the relevant hashtags during the current moment when you're posting. And this platform that I found, I'm so happy to share it with you guys. And I'm going to like send the owner like an email and be like, hello, can I get like, I just shared this with all these people, you know what I mean? Right? But this is huge, right? This sounds like me. I've been struggling with hashtags. Yeah, because it actually is so hard and time consuming to go in and search and like look for medium hashtags, small hashtags, you know, in your industry. Literally the database is going to help you. Is there ideal number of hashtags? And I don't really follow what the ladder technique is. So ideal is, so you can do up to 30. In my opinion, like 20 is good. In my opinion, 20 is good. But you can do up to 30. So the ladder technique is small, medium, and large in terms of, for example, hashtag fitness is probably has, if someone wants to look it up, like millions of posts under hashtag fitness. So that means if you use hashtag fitness, your post isn't really going to get seen under hashtag fitness because all the popular, high popular 370 million posts have hashtag fitness. So the chances of your, for just an example, your post being found because you use hashtag fitness, no. But when you use large, that's a large ladder. That's a large, she looked that up so fast. So that's on Instagram. If you search on Instagram, what's it called? In the search, if you search in tags, hashtag fitness, it'll come up. So that's a large one. A medium one would be like, 100,000 or to like 100, like something in like the 100 to 400,000 range. So something more niche down, like maybe like at-home fitness for like at-home fitness, right? And then a small one would be something like very, very small. Let me show you. Let me show you so I can bring this down. So for my example, in the hashtags that I used, why is this not changing for me? Okay. Oh, here we go. So 11K to 41K is small. So boss babes squad, girl boss gang, girl bossing, girl boss lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. Then the medium ones are like office space, girl bosses, girl life, blah, blah, blah. Then the up to 88K are different ones, like Biz Coach, Girl Boss Tips, Biz Tips, right? Those have bigger amounts. So this database creates ladders for you of an even number of small, medium, and large number of hashtags based on how many posts are under each hashtag, and that's creating more success for your account. Okay? Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Okay. So almost all my IG show that over 75% accounts reached were not following me. They found my post through hashtags, but engagement is really low. Do you think this is because I'm not using the right hashtags, or do you think this has to do with not having engaged enough content? Okay, so people are finding you through hashtags, and that's really good. So you may be using really great hashtags. You might just not be at the point for people to say, I want to engage, I want to take it a step further. So when I talk about engaging, like engaging takes a second. I don't have time to engage with everyone. People value time. So unless people feel really connected to you, they're not going to engage in your post. So I think that it's about still cultivating a strong personal brand, getting real with your followers, getting authentic, giving them reasons to engage. That's going to create the engagement, and getting more diverse with your content. Maybe you've got to spice it up a little bit. Maybe you've got to do something new to create the moment for people to share, for people to comment. Okay? I would, Ali, spice up your content a little bit. Thank you so much for telling us that. I hate doing the hashtag thing, find it so time consuming and hard to think of 30. So this is going to help. So amazing. Absolutely. And so like, and I said this before, there are certain like databases or platforms that I feel like are just fake. And this one is just real because it's constantly analyzing hashtags. That's all it is. And then you like, I personally don't even make a clipboard on it. I just, in the moment, type in the hashtag from what's given on the screen to me. So it doesn't feel like I'm using like a third party to do anything. It's just like, this is what it's telling me. I'm gonna play with it. And literally I found this and I started to play with it in terms of like playing with it and in terms of not only does it work for me, but is it worth sharing with you guys? That's literally why I bought it when I bought it and was like, I'm going to see if this works and is it worth sharing, right? This is clarified so much. Thank you. You are so welcome. Are those hashtags specific to the Instagram platform? Yes. So this database looks at Instagram and analyzes them like all the time. So because sometimes I put in a hashtag and it'll say the database is currently analyzing that hashtag, so like come back in a minute. Like, so it's like literally is like, it's like a robot running the analytics for it, which is really cool. So yeah, it's for Instagram only. It's not for any other platform for sure. So really the ladder effect and using a strategy behind hashtags is important. And like I said, you'll find spikes in certain content and maybe come back to your normal for other types of content, even though you use the ladder system, but those spikes are what's going to grow your social media. And that's what I found. And that's the truth about the whole quote unquote ladder technique or whatever you want to call it. So a mixture of creating engagement worthy content, growth content, spicing things up, having fun, and a mixture of the strategy of hashtags is really going to help you expose your content to new people, grow your account, and have fun with it all. Does this make sense? Are there any questions coming up about growth, engagement, or hashtags while we're on right now? And you guys, there is going to be a specific training based off of a Q&A feed. So my advice is to keep the questions, unless it's something like you need to know right away, keep the questions until I post a Q&A feed, and we'll have a training where I answer all the questions, because some of your questions, like today, everyone's like, can we talk about growth? Can we talk about hashtags? I'm like, hold up, just wait until tonight. Like, I got this for you guys, right? So let's try and keep it like that, but of course, use the group to post about what you're realizing and stuff like that. No, but I'm so excited to use the database. Yay! Okay, this was really, really good. You guys feel good? How are you guys feeling? I hope I simplified hashtags for you guys because I know that could be like the worst thing. And then also just, you know, looking at your insights and having fun and playing with it and seeing, you know, what stands out and what you love. Great. This was so good. I have hope and excitement. Yes, Ellie, this was helpful. Yes, thank you. It can be fun. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So I told you guys this course is going to show you guys how to make social media fun if you don't already find it fun, and you know, we're having fun. So your homework, I'll post it in the group, is to literally analyze, use the database if you want to use the database. I'll share my link, and to share the picture we took, and we're all going to help each other with growth on our Instagram story, and it's going to be so fun, okay? So love, love, love. Have a fabulous night. Post in the group. Take the time to rewatch the videos if needed, and I'll see you guys on social media, okay, you guys? Have a good rest of your Tuesday. Bye.